Hey guys, it's mid-February 2024, so you know what that means. That means that the year-end 2023 statistics are out. So I'm going to cover just a few of the highlights and give you an overview of the market here in the Albuquerque metro area. When I say Albuquerque metro area, I'm talking about from Bernalillo to Belen, from Moriarty to the west side of Albuquerque, of course, Rio Rancho, Corrales, Los Ranchos, Placitas, that whole what we call the metro area here. So I'm going to give you just an overall peek at the market. So on interest rates, okay, interest rates, FHA is running about 6.5, 6.375 to 6.5 depending on score. Conventional is running about 7.25, give or take, and it is fluctuating daily. VA is running about 6.375 to 6.5, right in that range. There are some MFA products available that help with no down payment or help with closing costs. So there are some first-time homebuyer programs that are really awesome right now. So anyway, from a rate standpoint, rates have slid down a little bit, so the market's active. We're seeing lots of offers. We're seeing lots of people out shopping, and still low inventory. Today we were at 1410 total inventory. That's all what we'd say detached, attached, and manufactured homes in MLS and the whole MLS. If you start unpeeling that, there's probably about 750 detached houses, 750 detached houses, especially if you take the proposed construction out. But we're not going to go into that. I want to talk about 2023 stats that I think are interesting, to say the least. And I hope you find this interesting. Wherever if you would subscribe to this, or wherever you're consuming this, if you'd give us a like or a shout out, we'd appreciate it. It would help with our channel here. So appreciation. So is my equity safe? Did last year, did the properties go down or did they go up? We had a 5%, 5.05% appreciation. So I'm going to give you a quiz here. What year did we have the highest appreciation in the history of the Albuquerque, Greater Albuquerque Realtors Association Metroplex here? What year did we have the greatest appreciation, and how much was it? I'll come back to that here in a minute. So I'll answer that little trivia here in a minute. Let's talk a little bit about total sales. So in 2022, we had 11,859 total sales. And in 2023, the number of sales went down. Even though we appreciated a little bit, the number of sales went down to 10,018 total sales. So to give you an idea, there were fewer houses on the market, interest rates were up a little bit, and so fewer transactions. Here's a trivia question. What year did we have the most sales ever in the history of the Albuquerque real estate market? Okay, let's talk about average pricing. I think you'll find this interesting. Average pricing. So the average sales price for 2023 in the whole MLS was $397,603. Let's put this in perspective. In 2018, the average sale was $241,500. 2019, $260,000. 2020, $267,000. 2021, $336,000. 2022, $378,000. And 2023, $397,000. And that's for detached. Okay, so for attached, the average attached price, which is a townhome or condo, so they're all mixed in there together, the average sales price is $263,300. So $263,300 for attached properties for 2023. So as opposed to 2022, where it was $243,783. So jumped up $20,000. So give you an idea there. Also, I thought this was very interesting, because when we had overall appreciation, that remember that your neighborhood, your area of town and your neighborhood could have gone up and down just a little bit, because I looked at I live in the near North Valley, okay, area 101, and the average sales price was $350,000, $876. Now that's North Valley, below Montano, above I-40, I-25 to the river, okay? That's the near North Valley. The average sales price was $350,000, $876. Last year it was $372,000, $967. So when we see average sales price, don't equate that to appreciation or to movement in the market, because it could also be the mix of sales. Does that make sense? The actual mix of sales. These 350 houses could be smaller. They could be smaller overall than the houses that sold the year before. But I just thought that was interesting. So in 2020 in our area was 308, 2021 316, 2022, 372.9, and then 358.76. Whereas Taylor Ranch, that Taylor Ranch area, which is across the river, and Montano up and to the west and to the south a little bit down in there. This is interesting because it takes in some of the area that's down by Ladera. It takes in that new construction that's down in there, and so these numbers are kind of interesting. So the average sales price in there is $436,985. That's Mere Haven's in there, Del Webb and in there, so that pulls those numbers up. But the average was 436. Last year it was 432. 2021 it was 350, and 2020 it was 308,805. So I give you just a few of these little stats that I think are interesting. I don't want to take up too much time, but back to the trivia question. Number one was, what year did we have the highest appreciation, and what was it? For those of you that are tracking me with my market updates, you might know this already, but it was 2021 with 17.5% appreciation. 2021, we went up 17.5%. And the year that had the most sales was also 2021 with 15,015 sales. Now put that in perspective, 15,015 sales versus last year, 10,018 sales. So that's 5,000 down. So quite a difference. A couple of other little things here just thought I'd bring up that I thought was interesting. The month that had the highest number of sales last year was June. Now remember, if they're closing in June, they probably sold in May, or they went on the market in early May, maybe in April, early May, then closed out in June. So in June of last year, 999 houses sold in June. So if you're thinking of coming on the market in that May range is a great time. Now, right now is a great time to come on the market, but the highest number of sales was in June of last year. So I just thought that some of these were interesting. If you'd like to know more about your property, your neighborhood, what's going on around you, reach out to us. Text is best. That's 505-480-2478. That's always the best way to get a hold of us. And we'll run, an analysis on your area and maybe a strategy, or maybe a long-term strategy on what you can do with your house. Maybe you're thinking about remodeling it. Maybe you're thinking about selling it. Maybe you're thinking about moving down or moving up. We can put a strategy and analyze the possibilities of doing that. So just wanted to give you some market update. I know I haven't been on here in a long time, but I hope this helps, and I hope you have a great 2023. Thanks.